Good day, YouTube. Welcome back to Glenn's Speed Shop channel. Today I am doing a little bit of work on my 2000 Ford F-250 Super Duty Super Cab Power Stroke truck. I don't drive it a lot. The whole idea of this truck is it's going to last me all the way through retirement. Probably end up with another fifth wheel. We've had trailers, fifth wheels, campers. We currently have 2 campers, a trailer, and a teardrop trailer. And so, but we just don't have a lot of time to use these. So it's got a fifth wheel hitch mount. It's got good camper tie downs, obviously a good hitch and all that stuff. It's our universal RV hauler. The last big camper that we bought, we still have it. It's loaning it to my sister for the last 9 months or something, and for the foreseeable future. So there's really not much sense in keeping the very heavy-duty tires on it. So I thought I would share some stuff that I've learned when I was shopping for 19.5 wheels, and all of the tips and tricks and things for putting 19.5 wheels on your F-250 or F-350. And if you've got a dually, they refer to these as Super Singles. So my original wheels are 16-inch, obviously. And today I'm putting those back on because we're not going to haul the camper anytime soon. So we're going to roll with something that's a little more softer, better ride. But we bought an Alpenlight. It's 11.5 foot. It's a slide out. It's also fully optioned. So it has a big water tank, big holding tanks, the big like 10 cubic foot refrigerator, 2 7.5 gallon propane tanks, 2 freshwater tanks, one with a filter system on it, and a generator, 3 solar panels, air conditioner, the whole shebang. And estimating its total weight as pushing 5,000 pounds. The truck itself weighs just over 7,000 pounds with my big butt in it. And if you do the calculation on the rear axle, what the weight is, these tires, and these are 285, 75, 16 BF Goodrich, I believe. Let's double check the size. Yeah, 285, 75 R16. They don't cut it weight-wise. They're just over their limit. They're close, but man, they run warm rolling down the highway, the freeway, and it bothers the daylights out of me when we first bought that camper. So I couldn't stand it. I did some research. I'll show you this wheel over here. And I decided to go 19.5s. There's a couple of options when you go 19.5s. You can save a little bit of money and buy an aluminum 19.5 wheel and then put your tires on it. Those wheels are rated for 4,500 pounds. This wheel is a solid steel wheel by Rickson. These are made to order. You have to look them up on the internet. It took a long time to get them. They are a very thick, very heavy wheel. Sorry about the lighting. And I'll bet that wheel and tire assembly weighs over 150 pounds. These wheels carry a weight rating of 5,000 pounds, and I put a 14-ply rated Hercules. That is a 245/70 19.5. It also carries a weight rating of 5,000 pounds. So I increased my weight carrying capacity immensely. What I didn't remember was, what do these single sorry about that, I should have looked this up before I started the video. About 3,500 pounds. 3,700 pounds, something like that, if you could see that. So I increased the amount of weight the tires would hold significantly. There's a lot of discussion about, yeah, but then your bearings and your axles and all that stuff. Well, I have the VIN, I have the build sheet on the truck. This has the same axles as an F-350. It actually has the same spring package as the F-350. It's simply badged differently. So let that be aside. I've hauled the camper a significant distance, and I'm very confident with the package that we have. So here's the lessons that I've learned. I talked about the aluminum wheel. It has a 4,500 pound carrying capacity. It is what they call lug centered, which means the wheel is centered by the wheel studs and the lug nuts. Ford factory wheels are hub centered, which means when you put this wheel on, the hubs fit in here and the nuts simply hold the wheel tight. These are not tapered, they are not lug centered, they are hub centered. If you buy the 19.5 aluminum wheel, you go from a hub centered wheel, which is very strong, to a lug centered wheel to put on a truck that was not designed to be lug centered. It was designed to be hub centered. I'm not sure why you would do that, but I have to tell you the story which has prompted me to do this video. I was in my favorite tire store the other day getting tires mounted on my car trailer, and he had some broken wheel studs on the counter. I said, what are these off of? He goes, oh, Ford Superduty. And I go, no, something got to be way wrong, because Ford Superduties are hub centered, not lug centered. And he goes, no, the guy put aftermarket wheels on it and then put a big camper on it. And I go, well, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Why would you go from a very strong hub centered wheel to a lug centered wheel and then put a 4,000 pound camper on it? Just doesn't make sense. Somebody didn't do their homework. So they were blaming the wheel company and blah, 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 blah. I won't go into the details, but it just prompted me to make this video this morning as I was changing these tires over, to just suggest, if you're going to do a 19.5 wheel package on a Ford that is already designed to be hub-centered, go with hub-centered wheels. It costs a little bit more, but what's the cost of all your lug studs snapping off rolling down the highway? They were not designed for that. Anyway, that is my story. You all have your own opinions, but that's the way I rolled. I'm going to pull these off because the negative side of running 19.5 tires with 105 pounds of air in them, they're a rough son of a gun, let me tell you. And what the heck, I have these, and they're not getting any use being buried in my shop. So I will swap these over today and get the truck cleaned up. I don't drive it too much because it rides hard, but I'll put the softer tires on it. And I'll drive it a little bit, and maybe my battery won't go dead every time I want to drive my truck. So that's my tips and tricks on switching from 16-inch wheels, which you cannot buy the tires that come anywhere near the weight carrying capacity of a 19.5. This was in the neighborhood, I'm guessing from memory here, $2,600 for a set of 4 wheels and tires. You buy the wheels from Rickson. They might be able to sell you tires too, I don't know. It takes a while to get them. I was thinking that it was 2 or 3 months to get the wheels. And then I bought the tires locally from my tire guy so I could get local service if I need them. And there you go. So thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, share this with a friend if you know someone else that's in this situation or thinking about doing something like this. They did say I could expect to get somewhere around 70,000 miles on these tires. But then again, you probably get 50,000 on these. And these are substantially heavier. I notice it in my acceleration and braking both, even when the truck is empty. Not so much when it's loaded and full, but when it's empty, I notice that I have these heavier wheels on. It probably adds 300 pounds or something to the wheels and tires, the unsprung weight of this truck. But if you're like making a trip to Alaska or something with a camper on it, man, 14 ply rated, you bet. Let's do that. Okay guys, thanks again. We'll catch you on the next video.